What's up, everyone? This is Saiyan91, and welcome to the finale of Let's Play Castle Crashers. Last part, we got to the ice castle and rescued the third princess. Don't know why I'm spacing out my words that much, but whatever. I think I got everything under control now, and I think there's only one more place for us to go. To the Wizard Castle Takeoff. Let's do this shit. There's rocks everywhere. That you launch up into the sky. Be sure not to hit any rocks on your way up, otherwise you'll take not a lot of damage, but it's pretty much consecutive. If you keep on hitting rocks, it'll just keep on building up and up and up. Basically what you should do is just go back, left, and right. It's pretty easy to dodge. And we made it. Don't know how the hell that would work in real life, but hey, this ain't real life. This is Castle Crashers. Here we see one of the evil wizard minions. You can actually play as one of these guys if you got the DLC. Now, I don't understand how that would work in-game, considering they're all working for the wizard. I guess there's a stray who wants to, work for the king of the game. Maybe I'm looking a bit too into this, but there are people who look at this kind of thing. People who are even more obsessed with this shit than I am. And that is something. Okay, that's not breakable, so let's move on. From here on out, it's basically all it is going to be battles. So get set, people. I believe we got like 4 boss fights to deal with, counting the final boss, so let me to actually pronounce my words more correctly. And these guys are pretty much your basic kind of enemy. They're essentially all that you fight in this place, besides the bosses. But they do drop a cool weapon, the glow rod. So if you want to collect all the weapons, start beating the shit out of the minions. But other than these guys, it's just 4 boss fights, and then the game is over. Shouldn't be too hard, we're at a high enough level. We're ready to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And I've got plenty of gum. And in this chamber, pretty much have to go from one door to the other, and these are essentially the doorways to your boss fights. Let's start out.
I'm in your castle.
And here's the first boss, the Painter. Basically what he does is create little creatures and sends them after you. Be careful not to actually get hit by them, because they do take out a lot of damage. But the painter himself is not really that big of a threat. Pretty sad when your creations are a bit more threatening than you are, but hey, I guess that's what they're trying to go for. I do believe there is a weapon that you can get, but you can only get it if there's a certain drawing on the screen when you defeat the painter himself. So it may be a bit difficult to get on the first try. And once you get him to about maybe half of his health, then he'll drop down to the floor and start walking around, instead of just going back and forth. I know that this is going to take a while, so it's all because these guys don't really do anything besides walk into you, and them walking into you is Not really a good thing since they cause a shitload of damage. You saw what they did to me. Just like that.
My mom will be here in miles.
I'm not really getting all the voices that he does. And now it's 2. Screw it. It's worth it just to get a shot out at him. Besides, I got potions. I can last. Oh god. Elephant. And God knows what the hell that is. Snail nose? Whatever it is, it's goddamn ugly. At least it's the easiest to hit. I'd still get hit by it. I do believe that when you defeat the painter, he will hawk up a bunch of healing items that'll actually completely heal you up. So, you should be fine. Kind of reminds me of that one strawberry alarm clock on Newgrounds. I guess that's where they drew inspiration from. Instead of strawberries, let's go with carrots. Otherwise, I have no idea where these drawings come from. Oh god. Something tells me I might need another trip to the shop afterwards. And I do believe that your progress saves even if you leave the area, so if you need to go back for any kind of reason, I believe all you need to do is just go back to the point on the map, and you shouldn't have to go through everything all over again, so that's something. What the hell are you? Damn it. Squid! Keep on pounding on him. No matter what. That would have killed me. It seems I'm having the simplest time with the goddamn carrot. For me right now, the main problem is just how long this is going to take and really how and my reaction to all the shit that's going to be happening. I think that the toughest is actually going to be the necromancer fight, and yes, you get to fight him, thankfully.
It must have been something I ate.
Ah, delicious food. I believe the necromancer is the third fight, like right before the evil wizard, so you finally get to take his ass out. Lovely jewels, all mine. Almost to 1,000 gold. Now you gotta break these rocks. These are pretty much the things holding back all the other barriers on the doors, so they don't hurt you in any way, so just pound away at them and move on. Really, the only one you need to really deal with is the middle rock, because it's the biggest. What the hell? No, not this again! It's the rematch with the Cyclops. Now that he's a undead cyborg, yeah, I don't understand it either, but whatever. And instead of knives, he spits fireballs. And now he has another attack where he brings back the undead Conehead Knight and starts jumping around like he's on a pogo stick. And also you can see in the back the dragon and his hand puppet. You can't hurt the Conehead Knight in any way, so don't try. The only one you can't hurt is the Cyclops himself. And his pattern is pretty much the same. Basically, you can only attack him 3 times whenever he tries to swipe at you, and then you move away, and then repeat as necessary. So this is kind of a more repetitious fight than anything else. It's more of a tedious fight. But it's pretty simple. If you did good against the original Cyclops, then you should do fine here. Even if you don't get to hurt him, you can easily just block his coffin attack. So it's not like he can really do a hell of a lot of damage to you. I think he only hit me like, what, once or twice, and they were like weak fireballs. And the undead Conehead Groom himself is really kind of slow, so he can't really get much of a beat on you. And he follows a weird-ass pattern as well. Yeah, he really doesn't know how to fire those damn things. And I always liked it whenever the undead Groom would just go right underneath the coffin, just get smacked, even though it really doesn't damage him or anything. It's just a funny little thing. Oh, there you finally hit me with an actual strong attack. But he shouldn't take too much longer. I think one more round we should be done with him. Alright, keep on hopping like you're on your goddamn pogo stick, you fruitcake. If you got high enough agility, you should be able to dodge pretty much all their attacks. And this should do it. Done for. And they turn into angels. How nice. After trying to murder me, they turn into angels. Treasure time! Grab up the jewels. Grab them! Thankfully, there's no limit on gold in the game. Otherwise, all this would probably be gone to nothing. Can I dig for something? Yep, I can. What is it? It's a stick. A stick. Lame. Alright, back to bashing the giant rock. Basically, all you need to do is really alternate between hitting X and Y for the best and fastest results. And that'll do it. Now I think I'm going to return to the store and get myself some more supplies. And a level up. Yep, the interior. And if I have to go through some more minions, then I'll just skip past all that and just go straight to the chamber with all the doors, so let's see what's going to happen. Yep, I gotta fight against more minions. I'll see you guys at the corridor. Alright, now I'm back. Let's go into the third door. And there's where the fun really starts. By fun, I mean annoyance. Now you have to fight pretty much one copy of every enemy you fought in the entire game. From the barbarians all the way to the minions you've been fighting. Thankfully, whenever you kill them, they drop food. And I think they all retain their basic shit, like their health from where you first fought them or something like that. If not, then they're like slightly enhanced. And every time you kill more of them, another one just takes its place. And so, don't expect to get out of this easily. Although I do like the music, it does ramp up you quite a bit. Ramp you up, excuse me. I'm not good with proper English! I think the hardest one is probably the Cone-Headed Knight, since, well, the pirates aren't really that big of a deal. Especially when you can juggle their asses right in the air. Got anything down there, or are you just playing around up there? So you shouldn't have too much of a hard time with the first round, but then, oh god. This round is a pain in the ass. I don't believe you have to fight any of the Black Knights or the Stone Faces or any of the really big tough guys. Just these guys. Just the Green Brutes and the basic big guys. I think the hardest one is probably going to be the Sand People. Just be careful that you don't get overwhelmed. And always keep a nice distance next to the item button. Try your best to get rid of the big guys first, because I believe those are going to be your main problem. For some reason, these guys' speed is amped through the goddamn roof. But the barbarian brutes aren't nothing to get frightened over. Those guys are the simplest of all. Thank God for fruit! Yep, the Coneheads are clearly being the biggest pain in the ass, just like they were before. Now it's a Conehead and a Brute. I believe that's their names. That's their name. But after this, it'll get considerably easier. Because you have to do a one-on-one with the Necromancer. He's not too difficult. He pretty much fights like the Cone-Headed Groom does, except he uses magic a hell of a lot more. And especially right up in your face. So, do your best to block his attacks and sidestep his magic. Be careful when he uses his ground magic, because that'll make hands pop on the ground, and you can't step in those spaces, so gotta deal with that. Otherwise, he's pretty simple. He'll block some of your attacks, but not always, and you can always just counter with another one, so it's not like he'll get much more many hits on you, if any. Especially if... Okay, now he's doing the faster attacks. But for the most part, he's pretty simple. Hell of a lot easier than the barrage you just went through. And you can even just break his magic attacks through just mashing the buttons. So he's none too difficult. Except when he starts pinning you into the wall. And that's the ground attack I mentioned before. He just makes a hell of a lot of hands pop in the ground and they try to grab at you. Kind of difficult to dodge, but you just gotta watch where he is. It also helps if you just defend against the spells themselves. Just like that. So you're not in really any danger. But me, I always keep on mashing the button, so I'm only getting a little bit of damage. It's only about 5, especially if you're leveled up like I am, then you shouldn't have any kind of trouble. Especially at level 27. And that's the only main trouble is when he pins you to the wall. Then he becomes a cheap bastard. But if you got fast enough fingers, you should beat any kind of rapid fire challenge he sends your way, like the mashing of the X button. And this next attack should be the end of him. See ya. If you wait a little bit, you get his sword. Yeah, it won't show it on there because I already collected it since I have him as DLC. Time to break another rock. Sweet Jesus, my health. I got 2 potions, and I'm almost to another level up. Will I make it? Let's see. Right, here's the doorway to the final battle. Let's do this thing. Let's do it, Giraffe. We can do it. We made it this far. We are warriors. We are men. And to start off the first phase of the evil wizard fight, we got crystals. Basically, they'll home in on your current location, and you gotta get rid of them. Be careful not to attack them while they're spinning, because they will hurt. There's only 4 crystals, so not too much to worry about, but you can easily just break them once you cause enough damage. But as you beat more and more, they'll get faster and faster. Well, that's a given, pretty much. Tricky little buggers. They're exactly identical to each other, so you might get lost on which one you've been attacking and which ones you haven't. So be careful. Otherwise, they're kind of easy to dodge. But at this point, it's going to be kind of hell since my health is this low. If you stand back far enough, you should be able to hit them with little difficulty. Ah, full health now. Now it's time to face against him one-on-one. And now whenever he has a blue shield on him, only magic attacks will do any damage to him. When he has a red shield, only physicals will be able to hurt him. So, be warned of that. Use your best assets, whether it's magic or physical, to break him. Be careful of his little shockwave that he likes to do. And also when he switches the shields. But if your magic is as high as mine, you should be able to do about 30 damage to him. And this phase is pretty easy, as long as you know which shield is up and what they do. Just make sure any partners you may have doing this knows the difference. Otherwise, you might be in some trouble, since if you hurt him the wrong way with the wrong shield up, then you'll get damage instead of him, like so. And he does move quite fast whenever he's scampering around like that, but then the third phase will start, and pretty much all you gotta do is smack him like a piñata. And that's pretty much all he does. He just floats around there. To me, he kind of looks like a cat who's in like a ill-fitting sweater. I don't understand it, but whatever. And I guess that's it. No, it is not. It's the fourth phase when he transforms into a giant spider. Careful, because this one's been known to be annoying as hell. Especially with all his attacks and the fact that he lays minions. So you may have a little bit of trouble with this one, but this one's pretty much the toughest of the transformations, I'd say. Mainly because of the enemies on the screen and the fact that he does very, very annoying interrupting attacks. But if you can hit them back and forth like I did, you shouldn't have very much trouble. And I'm going to use a potion right there. And he should be down in no time. Boom! Now to the next phase. Same one as the fourth phase. Or is it the third phase? Third phase. Same thing as the third phase, just keep on batting at him and he should fall in no time. Now for the fifth and final phase. He grabs his sword. So this is where it gets ramped up. So pretty much what he does is fire magical bursts out of his sword and spin around the battlefield. But for the most part, he's going to be doing the meteor strike. So basically, those are his two main attacks. Otherwise, he just shoots out a beam at your current location. But the spin is pretty easy to dodge, and the meteor itself only hurts if you're in that location. The only bad part about it is that you don't get very many hits on him. You're lucky if you can get one or two on him. Other than that, the fight's pretty much over at this point. It shouldn't take too much longer to take him down. And it doesn't matter if you use magic or physicals, just do your best. And use any means necessary. The attacks themselves don't do all that much damage, just about 20. Seriously, his spider form was harder than this. See, those meteors only did about 16 damage. Well, the spider one, I think, did about 30 or more than that. Yeah, the fight's pretty much over. So, a few more strikes and he should be done. Eat hammer! You're done. And pick up the sword. You get his sword. Now finally, to end the game, just land on the crystal. And with that, you pretty much completed the game at this point. You can hang around with all the characters you met along the way. And for the hell of it, I'm drinking my last potion. Goes down smooth. But there's one thing to finish off the game. You gotta get the final kiss from the final princess. So, hope you guys enjoyed the Let's Play, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Saiyan signing out.